Hello, I wanted to talk about total mobility. I'm a total mobility user and I wanted to get the public, the government and anyone to do a little mental exercise with me. So think about how many times a week, for example, you go somewhere in your car and or bike or motorbike, or you carpool, or you take the bus, or you walk. So, do a mental exercise, figure that out. How many trips? Where do you go? What do you do? Now imagine none of those options were available. You couldn't walk, you couldn't use public transport, you couldn't go in a car, you couldn't bike, you couldn't do a motorbike, you couldn't do any of the things that I said. I've already forgotten. And your only option is to use an accessible taxi or a taxi depending on your disability, because you're assuming now that you have a disability. And the only way that you can do the things that you were doing is by having a taxi. Now imagine that you're on the lowest income. Maybe you're unemployed, maybe you're on job seeker or supported living payment, which does not cover those costs even a little bit. So imagine that's your life. What would you sacrifice out of the things that you're doing in your day-to-day lives right now if you knew that for the rest of your life you'll be sacrificing those things, you won't be able to do them ever again? Now think, what if the total mobility scheme that you got on allowed you to do more and more of those same things and have to sacrifice less? Of course, you're going to have to sacrifice some, but imagine how that would change your quality of life. Maybe for some people, the total mobility scheme enables them to get their children to school, which is what? Pick up, drop off 5 times a week? That's what? 10 trips just for that? Imagine needing to go to the groceries. That's one way there, one way back. That's another 2 trips. Imagine you used total mobility so that you can go to work, and maybe you want to work 5 days a week. That's another 10 there and back, isn't it? Without being able to afford it, you wouldn't be able to work, or you'd have to be part-time, you couldn't pay properly for food, and they're just the most basic things. What if you wanted to, I don't know, have friends in your life that couldn't come and visit you, so you had to go to them or meet somewhere in public? Are they luxuries, or are they what makes life life? What if you just wanted to go to the park and breathe in some air and be around other people? Do you think maybe doing that once a year is enough? Or would you want to do it more? Does your mental health come into it? Your humanity? I'll tell you a few of the things that I've been able to do since I got the total mobility card. I was able to go and donate blood for the first time, so that was pretty exciting and something I'm really proud of. So I've just had my second go at that. There's many ways, even when you're disabled, that you can contribute to society. And even if you don't, it doesn't matter, because your inherent value is that you are a human being. Tired, sorry, I'm losing my words. We all just want to live, and when you get to go out in the community and you get to engage with others and activities, you're able to do things, you're able to contribute in those ways, you're able to learn, you're able to grow, you're able to make someone's day by telling a joke and making them smile. It's all the little things that make life life. And, for me, I'm very, very frugal. I don't work. I'm not able to for invisible disability related reasons. But I do me, and I do what I can to enjoy life without... But people, often think your life unworthy of life, but it's not, and that's cruel. But then people do things rather than outright say it by cutting your ability to live your life because they think you're a burden. And I ask, at any moment, would you be okay with the world suddenly turning around and going, you or your kid is a burden? Do you think that's right? Does it have to be that way? Is the amount that's put into the total mobility scheme so small that actually the amount of money spent elsewhere is huge in comparison? Is that right? Is that fair? I don't think so. And it's nobody's fault that they are disabled. If it's anybody's fault, it's cutting things that makes the world less accessible, pushing people into isolation and affecting their mental health and will to live. It's putting them at risk. It is telling them that they are less than because they have a different body or a different mind, or they don't fit this very rigid model of people, which is... Can we all just admit that if everyone was the same colour, if rainbows were all just the colour white, there was no red, black, purple, whatever the other colours are. Imagine if the whole world was just grey. Don't we love diversity? Don't we love different plants in the garden? Don't we love different smells, different personalities? We all have our own unique fingerprint. So why do we expect people to be exactly the same and fit this model? Don't we then jeopardize our progress in the future because we are limiting creativity and opportunity and innovation? And I'm about to pass out because I've been talking so long. Anyway, save total mobility. We are human beings. Let us be included and have access to lives. See us. We are real. Save total mobility scheme.